Como é que é, pessoal? Tudo bem com vocês? Daqui é Kingsguard, o vosso anfitrião, e sejam bem-vindos a mais um episódio de Hogwarts Legacy. Antes de começarmos, não se esqueçam de clicar no botãozinho de like, subscrever o canal e partilhem os vídeos. Mas, hoje vamos fazer o quê? Vamos ter com o Poppy. Vamos ter com o Poppy e depois com a Nettie. Pelos vistos, quando aparece este símbolozinho do chat, deste balãozinho, normalmente não há seguimento na missão, ou seja, não é uma missão, é só uma conversa. Normalmente. Portanto, vamos ter com a Poppy e depois vamos tentar ir com a Nettie. E se der tempo, continuamos para a missão principal. Se não, saem 2 episódios hoje.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I...
Pois é, por aqui. Já agora está a tentar se consigo fixar onde é que é a entrada para a câmara da... Como é que é? Para a sala da câmara. Ok, aqui. Aqui para baixo. Eu acho que... Olha, boa.
Aloha Mora.
Ali está ali um sapo que com certeza vai nos levar ao sítio. Não há aqui mais nada. Onde é que isto nos levou?
Revelio. Levioso.
Enganou-me. Ui, badaçal, espera, vou voltar só atrás. Deixei aqui uma página. Já agora, tentar aqui uma cena. Ok, não dava a passar.
Revelio. Revelio.
Tenta ver aqui alguma coisa, não? Boa. Ok, eu acho que ainda vou à sala das necessidades que eu tenho que ir fazer poções. Pois, eu já estou a ver que isto provavelmente vai ser 2 episódios hoje. Vou à sala. Vou aqui à sala das necessidades. Então, o que é que ele tem para mim? Ah, foi a tal... Se lembram, no último episódio houve uma carta da Weasley que deu bug e que nós não conseguimos ouvir.
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you had an idea.
Indeed, Deke does. Deke knows that you want to learn about all sorts of beasts. And Deke recently heard rumors of a phoenix nest in a nearby mountain.
A phoenix nest? I wonder if it belongs to the phoenix gnat he mentioned. The one Harlow and the poacher pack are after.
Deke would not doubt it. If Deke has heard of it, surely the nasty poachers have as well. Which means it could be in danger.
Well, I'd better go and rescue it then, hadn't I?
Deek thinks so. So majestic a beast should not fall into such vile hands. Deek is not sure why, but Deek feels that saving a phoenix might help to make amends for what happened with Deek's prior master. Deek hopes that you are able to find the phoenix and bring it to the room where it will be safe.
Ok. Temos que ir buscar uma fênix. Já vejo. Vamos ter com a Poppy primeiro. 4. Aqui mais um bocadinho. Ok, já temos as 24. Vamos aqui revelar o equipamento. Boa, melhor do que o que tínhamos. Então deixa lá ver. 81, yeah. Aumenta o dano a usar a mandrágora. Não, tem que mudar isso. Ok, vamos melhorar isto. Yes, 79. Sim, é bem melhor. Quer dizer, é bem melhor. Agora eu vou melhorá-lo, vai ficar igual praticamente. E acho que não vale a pena por um. Não vale a pena. Mais. Ok, já tínhamos visto. Ver aqui os talentos. Atingir um inimigo amaldiçoado por Crucio libera um projeto que amaldiçoa o inimigo próximo. Só aqui melhorar o chapéu. Isto era o que? Mandrágora? Só reparar o que é que eu tinha. Aumenta o dano, está bem. É isto que tenho que pôr. Eu gosto de focar sempre as minhas personagens no RPG. Focá-las sempre em dano. Gosto de sempre dar muito dano. E jogar para não ser atingido pelo inimigo. Crucio, onde é que está aquela? Aumenta a magia ancestral. Vou usar esta. Bem, vamos lá ter com a Poppy. Pois é, nós vamos falar com os centauros, agora é que me lembrei. Isto provavelmente tem missão então. Só pode, né? Faz sentido.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
I'm not sure about this. I can't imagine they're fond of being surprised.
We don't have a choice if we want to help the Snidgets. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
Vamos fazer o quê? Yeah.
I hope they
Ser
can tell we're
arrogantes.
sincere, but Poppy, centaurs are just centaurs. They can't read your mind any better than I could.
Perhaps you're right. It's just... Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
Speaking of secrets, I do want to tell you why Victor Rookwood's after me. He's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock's after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig's asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps explain a bit about what we saw back at Horntail Hall. Of course, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. Even the centaurs won't know.
We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure it'll all be fun.
Vamos ser atacados.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not
Estava a ver.
our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
É novo líder a tentar afirmar-se este.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all three of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden
I...
Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
Pois, boa pergunta. E agora dizia, há pouco que estava a dizer que eles não eram tão... Como é que era? Que eles não eram tão mais inteligentes que nós, não eram? Que, tipo, eram só centauros. Agora dizia esta. Eles são inteligentes, já. Yeah. Não vou ser coerente, não é? Só perguntar isto.
Isn't Moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
He could have been a bit clearer, or stayed a moment and answered our questions.
Centaurs can be cryptic. Gran says no one talks more in circles than a centaur. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned.
Ok,
I'll let you
então
know what
ainda
I
não há
find.
missão. Pronto, vamos ter... Olha, está aqui uma constelação. Já vou fazer isso.
Away!
Aqui Que animais é que há aqui? Ah, é grifos! Olha, vou apanhar mais um. Oh, vai fugir, né? Pois.
Now, I'm only trying to help. Knowing a meat, he's likely studied here.
É assim. Dragão. Só mais um, ainda não sei o que é que isto faz. Tenho que descobrir, tenho que fazer mais uma. E agora eu queria ir apanhar um hipogrifo. Ah, os gajos estão a fugir. Vou ter com a Nettie. Deixa eu ver onde é que ela está. Tenho que ir ter com o Sebastian também. Ver se eu consigo apanhá-la. Apanhá-la neste caso. Vai fugir. Ei,
No
mal
need to
jogado.
be difficult. I mean, you know.
Carefully and strategically laid out. Haste is a fool's chariot. I shall not.
You can feed a beast, or it can.
Confringo!
Daqui de cima, mas bem.
Confringo!
I've seen it. I never.
Leviosa! Bombarda! Incendio! Confringo!
E ficou longe de alcance. Não chega. Bora.
Your poaching days are over.
Revelio!
I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
O que é este desafio?
Revelio!
Estas coisas ali. Ah, é outra vez encaminhar as borboletas, né? Isto. Olha, está aqui a luta. Isto é cheio de inimigos, pá.
Lumos! Revelio! Lumos!
Está a haver uma batalha ali em baixo. Já lá vou. Olha, ficou pendurado. Boa. Boa.
Revelio! Bombarda! Lumos!
Not so tricky after all, Merlin.
Ok. Estão aqui. Consegui.
Professor Howard will never believe this.
Pronto, ao menos um já está.
Revelio.
E já agora? Isto eu vou fazer outro episódio, vão ser dois hoje. Está aqui um barulho. Vamos atacar isto. Um símbolo aqui.
When you have a cloak like that, who can blame a girl for...
Bombarder. What's this? Confringo.
You there! I shall kill you for slowing it down!
E ela está mesmo. Ela está a morrer já. Com o Crucio. Ela está mesmo a sofrer. Que é fixe, porque eu melhorei a habilidade, né? Melhor ela sofrer bem. Está fixe. Ih, bem poderoso.
Revelio.
A beber um bocado da jola deles. Não há aqui nada. Eu acho que está brutal o facto do Crucio agora, quando começa a dar dano, eles estão mesmo a sofrer. Está brutal, fica brutal. Porque o Crucio, pelo pouco que sei, é uma maldição. Melhor, é uma. Como é que chamam? Um feitiço maldito, não é? Agora está a faltar a palavra. Mas que é das piores.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Ok.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them.
Portanto, é falar com o
Hopefully,
Bickle
by
e
the time you
com...
return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Melhor, com os amigos do Bickle, não é? Com os cúmplices dele. Agabu, Filbert, Daisy, Rabe, Otto, Dibble.
Just because you know Lumos doesn't mean you can't get lost.
Houve aqui uma vez que eu estava em off, passei aqui em Hogsmeade e ouvi as pessoas a comentarem o facto de estudantes de Hogwarts andarem a usar as maldições imperdoáveis. O que é fixe porque dá uma maior vida ao mundo. Ou seja, o que nós fazemos tem impacto neste mundo.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby. Revelio.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Está a ser chantageada, não é?
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Já o mataram.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
O que é que isto diz, Sra. Rabe? Esperamos que reconsidere nos ajudar com as necessidades bancárias. Já demos tempo mais que suficiente para que chegasse a uma decisão sozinha, mas estamos começando a perder paciência. Sabemos que o seu marido adoraria que visse o valor das nossas ações conjuntas. Podemos contar com uma resposta ao fim de semana? É melhor que isso fique entre nós, se é que nos entende.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends.
Vou procurar os outros dois, bora lá.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Portanto, este é mais tá a ser
Thank you for
chantageado.
telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
Ok.
You may have shared Mr. Bickle's fate if you had spoken out against Harlow as he requested.
Unfortunately, I suspect you're right.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Porque se o Harlow ainda tiver o livro dele, pronto, está culpado, né?
Only a hairy hobby.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going
Já
to
foi
the
apanhada.
Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Se calhar já apanharam.
She stands her ground, that woman.
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Isto não a viu.
Revelio.
Olha aqui demiguise. Já foi apanhada.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Não foi para muito longe ela.
The footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio! Revelio!
Ah, ok. Isto é um puzzle, parece-me. Deixa eu ver.
Accio! Hidden door.
Era um puzzle. Por si estava aqui qualquer coisa.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Opcional, encontre o livro e a carta de amor do Otto Dibble. Vamos tentar encontrar
Revelio.
isso.
Better be sure I'm not seen.
E epá, na esconderijo. Quem é aquele gajo?
Using that girl as bait. No one's coming for her. We ought to just kill her. Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
E olha, nós somos bastante arrogantes. Viemos aqui sozinhos.
Revelio.
Vou ter que os matar, matar a todos com o crucio, né?
Revelio.
Made a grave mistake.
matar esta. Então. Este era um boss. Mini boss. Não damos hipótese.
Aha! I see you.
Incendio.
Thought you had me. Let me. What are you doing? That all you got?
Este trouxe está muito forte.
Revelio.
Está bem forte. Está aqui com coisinhas para nós investigarmos.
Revelio.
Escola, epá, nunca sei assim. Quer dizer, se um item não é identificado, né? Olha, a carta de amor. Meu querido Otto, li sua última carta diversas vezes e certamente a lerei de novo a cada hora até nos encontrarmos. É triste pensar que demorarei a lhe ver, a vê-lo, mas não perdi as esperanças. Ansei pelo dia que o nosso noivado será compartilhado com as pessoas que amamos, em especial o meu querido pai. Não questiono sua vontade de aguardar até tudo está mais calmo, meu amor, e sei que você está fazendo o possível para que a situação esteja ao seu alcance. Permita-me dizer que estes últimos meses, sem poder compartilhar publicamente os sentimentos que me exaltam ao ápice da felicidade, foram um desafio existencial, sem dúvida. Agora lerei a sua carta mais uma vez. Afetuosamente, Rose. E nós fomos ler a carta, né? Um bocado de invasão de privacidade.
Revelio.
Ver se encontramos a outra também, que é o livro. Quem estou? Meu preço por ti tal qual por um agoreiro.
The book of poems that was taken from Magnus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Ok, foi muito rápido encontrar as coisas. Quer dizer que a Nettie deve estar quase aí. E acho que aqui já encontrei tudo, né? E acho que já. Vamos lá buscar a Nettie. Eu tenho é que melhorar o facto de levar sempre muita porrada. Esqueço-me de olhar para o meu personagem. E esqueço-me quando os inimigos me estão a atacar. Esqueço-me de proteger.
Natty must be here somewhere.
Ui, que sala. Muito fixe, esta sala. Olha, ela está ali.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need to do.
Aí está ali o Rebel. O Rabe. Isco é o... O Isco é quem? É o marido daquela outra mulher, não é? Yeah.
Revelio.
Aguentem só um bocadinho. Tem aqui mais dinheiro.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something.
Não podíamos ser vistos, epá, então é que tal ele ter dito que já matámos toda a gente. Onde é que está? Onde é que está? Está aqui.
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Pronto. Pronto, este já se libertou.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Bora lá. Nem está aqui mais, né? Bem, parece que ninguém veio. Ninguém nos veio impedir. Isto é pronto.
Revelio.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
E pronto, como prometido é devido, hoje vão ser 2 episódios, portanto, até já pessoal. Vemo-nos daqui a nada.